Right, hello, so this is a live stream. I'm going to be sorting out my peppers and dead plants and all sorts of other stuff as well. And hopefully this stream quality is better, so I'm struggling with that lately for some reason. So I'm going to get some peppers and we're going to sort these bad boys out. Right, so I've got peppers in here. I can show you. Unfortunately, I started growing them inside this tub here because I thought it'd be a good idea to use a old orange juice carton as a greenhouse, and it's worked for me peppers. The only problem is the peppers are now growing inside and they can't get out, so I'm gonna have to cut this open, and then I'm gonna have to move these ones into these ones here. Just gotta be careful not to accidentally cut the plants. I was thinking this video so bad. There you go. Almost there. Nice. Yes. And we didn't cut any of them. As you can see, the peppers are starting to grow quite nicely. So what we're going to have to do is somehow transplant them into these ones here. But if I cut this here, like that. Same as this one. Cut the top off. So. Right. Just get some water in a minute. We start separating them. Where is the watering can? Oh. Right, so what I'm going to attempt to do is try and feed some of these into here. So I'm going to try and create a little hole inside. So I'd like to try and make them come out of here so they can still stay in there, and this will act as if a little greenhouse and keep the roots nice and warm. Because I know that pepper plants like to be kept nice and warm. This is going to be fun, isn't it? Separating these. That's the first one. She is in there. Just make a little compost. one. Just give it a nice bit of soup. There we go. A good soup. And that should start growing nicely. This one as well. That one in. Like that. This one's up. Nice. So that's two, and they didn't look good right now. They're just dangling, but they will get better, I promise. There, in the bin. Right. Right, and the rest of them, I'm going to put into these little pots here. Just because we try and get them to grow and try and make them bigger until I get more of these little juice cartons from the orange juice. So, let's put some compost in these bad boys. We'll put them in. There's the hole. You can see this one here. Doesn't look the best. Obviously the root system's not very big either, but by transplanting it, it should give it a better chance because it's going to not have to fight for all the nutrients and stuff in the soil. On top. Right, so the only thing is I'm probably going to have to, because this pepper plant isn't very deep into it, try and replant it. It's better. It wasn't in at all really, it was just sitting on the top, you can still see the roots. So, there we go. Nice. So our peppers are all now replanted. They all do look like they're not very strong, and because they're not, they all look like they're on the piss. They look up on leaning over a little bit. Give them a nice bit of a drink. There we go. Right, that's the peppers sorted. So this here is one of Cora's hanging baskets, and she wants me to put one these flowers in. I don't know why, but these flowers seem to struggle really bad when it comes to not being transplanted. They tend to start dying really quickly. I'm guessing because the root systems have got nowhere to go at all. So we're going to put it in this hanging basket and then hang it up. Get rid of this umbrella a minute. Nice. Here. Base. Yep. Alright, let's see what the damage is then. Yeah, just as I thought. Look at the root system on that. It's damp as well, so no water has been able to get away from it. But that's one compacted root system, that is. So it's time to split this up and replant it. Yeah, just look at that. It's water like this. Yeah, that root system's drenched. No wonder it's starting to die, because it's probably got a little bit of root rot. Gotta be careful more in this one from now on then, because this is going to struggle. Has it got... Yeah. A little bit more. Right. I know it was soaked. I am going to give it a little bit of a light water in, because it probably still needs it, as we are transplanting it. Just not too much though, because it was a lot of water still in that. And we've got another spare pot. Right, now I've got a blueberry bush I need to replant. When I said blueberry, I mean olive. Or I bought these olive trees for the garden in hopes that one day we could have our own olive oil from them. But we haven't been able to replant this one, and I'm not sure how far gone this is. Should we have a look? Same as this one. This one's soaked as well. But yeah, the root system as well is quite compacted. Definitely needed replanting. So that stinks. All this soil in. Need some further. Over there, so let us out in a minute. Pull this up. hole. There we go. Right. Let's give the hole a bit of water on the floor so the roots get used to it. Right. Like I said, very compacted. Got some strong roots though. Some very strong roots. I don't know why there's some stones in the roots for. That's a bit weird. So, let's just break the bottom of it so the roots can spread out. Olive tree, planted for her. Give it a nice soak. Yeah, spot on. Put this back where it belongs. Right, I have unfortunately got some trees that are basically dying, unfortunately. This one here, I'm not sure what's happened to it. It was growing and then it just unexpectedly died. And yeah, just not good. And these two were apple trees. This one, well, both of them were infected. If you can see, it was white fungus. And this one is still trying to grow, but there's no point trying to keep it on because it's over a year old and look how small and weak and fragile it is. And this one here has obviously got to a point where it's just stopped and now it's dead. It's just not even trying to grow at all the leaves have died. So I'm going to have to clear them out, obviously get rid of them, but try and recycle the compost. So I'm going to put it into another pot for now. So, like I said, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be lifting this up. You see the roots obviously did kind of do well, not the best. Like I said, the plant isn't worth keeping because unfortunately it happens when it comes to apple trees like this, is sometimes they grow weak, very poor immune system because it's from a seed, it's not a grafted apple tree. So it was a gamble on if it was going to survive a year or two anyway. So unfortunately it has to give up the chase. So or try and save as much as you can. It's got no problems with the roots, like there is no aphids or anything like that. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. It's a ladybug larvae. That's cool. Just put that on my apple tree and see if it sorts out the aphid problem. So, sad to see this happen. It's also grew from this one, the ones I grew from the seed. But yeah, unfortunately, it is what it is. Same as this one here. Like I said, this one was growing and then just stopped. The roots are basically non-existent. They haven't really grown at all. They're probably just died because the roots haven't taken on at all. It has been good. It is good soil, so it's just obviously the plant isn't strong enough to keep going. You know, so there's no like nothing in the roots, nothing stopping it from growing. Yeah, just not very healthy at all. Not a very good root system. And then this one here. This one has got some weeds in it, so I might have to get rid of the weeds first. Don't want that in my soil. And same thing again. This one did have stones at the bottom of it though. I don't know how they got there. Probably was me when I was doing it, but I do realise that putting stones at the bottom isn't a good thing. It basically stops the roots and stops the water from leaving. So it could cause root rot or stunting the roots when they start growing. So I'm going to have to deal with that. Yeah, there's plenty more rocks here. Right, yeah, look, loads and loads of loads of rocks. Obviously, one of the reasons why this plant probably, even though it died of a white fungus problem, I don't think the stones probably helped at all, because it probably give the roots basically nothing to basically go off of. Yeah, look at that. Fortunately, just full of stones. One of the reasons why the roots probably struggle so much. Right, so get the stones out first. I think that's all the stones. Yeah, that's all the stones. Get these out. That is a lot of stones. So all that is at the bottom of that plant. So that is probably one of the reasons why it was struggling. But it would have not mattered anyway, because the white fungus got hold of it. So yeah, it's just obviously slowed it down from growing. Right. So let's have a look at the root system on this then. Yeah, not very good at all. Not big at all. Very poor. Very poor. Yeah, the soil was just so dry. So dry. Not the biggest root system in the world. Like I said, it's just complete lottery when it is growing these apple trees from seeds. If they're going to have very good immune system, good root development. So said, this isn't the first time that one of these has died. So it's quite sad, but I have got other ones growing, and hopefully they continue to keep growing quite strong as well. Right, so mix up this soil with some compost. Now we'll just let that sit for a bit. I'm not going to plant nothing in this one because most of the soil and the compost that's in it has been drained right out of all the nutrients. But there is something we're going to need to do now. We are going to need to save a pumpkin plant. Right, pumpkin plant here. Right, so this pumpkin plant here, for some reason, is not very much growing. It's just really yellow, and it's been like that now for a couple of weeks. Just stayed the same, like it just hasn't even like attempted to grow. So what I'm gonna have to do is remove it, repot it, give it some better nutrients, which I'm hoping I'm gonna get from this multi-purpose compost, and then see if it starts growing. Because someone else is growing in the ground. Cora's put one of her plants in the ground. That's growing, but just the pumpkin isn't growing. And obviously the longer I leave it, the less chances the pumpkins will be growing. So, just sort out the camera. Right, what we'll do then, okay. I have got a nice pot for it to go in for now. What's going on there? Right. Just gonna have to be careful with this, because I don't want to damage the plant. So, I could put this over here just so you can see a bit better. There we go. Move that apple tree out of the way. So, don't want to damage it. I'm not sure how big the root system has got. These out of the way. There we go. Right. So the roots have developed, sort of. You see, they have developed some good roots underneath. Just into the camera. So they have developed some good roots underneath. So I don't know why it is struggling a lot. So let's just put it in a new pot and hopefully give it some life. So what we do then? Down there is one of these bad boys up. Let's get the knife. go. Right. There's a little hole. First to go in. Let's get some water first. Right, see how we're getting on. 31 minutes. In. Nice. So now, pumpkin's in there, replanted, a bit of water. Pray to God that it comes round, because it is developing like the heads of what I believe is the flowers coming through. And obviously, I know you're supposed to get rid of them once they start growing, because otherwise they're wasting all the energy. It needs to get bigger first to plant before it starts producing pumpkins. But it's just not growing at all, so I'm going to try and hope that it starts to grow. In the meantime, what I'm going to probably do is now just empty the rest of this compost out into this bin here, because if there's something wrong with the compost in it, I need to try and make it better for when I do replant this pumpkin. Better. Put this bad boy back on top. There we go. Right, and we'll see now if this grows. Alright, so that is it for the stream. That's what I wanted to do, with some general stuff around the garden, some replanting, my peppers, my pumpkins. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy.